That healthcare system, it is broken. It is called Obamacare, and Democrats want it subsidized forever and ever, amen. Congress now facing a ticking clock on what to do about the expiring Unaffordable Care Act subsidies.
President Trump making his stance on the matter quite clear this morning on Truth Social, writing, quote, "The only health care I will support or approve is sending the money directly back to the people, with nothing going to the big fat rich insurance companies who have made trillions and ripped off America long enough," adding a message for Congress: do not waste your time and energy on anything else.
Democrats, they didn't like that. Chuck Schumer reacting with a Trump to Americans, drop dead. Hakeem Jeffries calling on Republican moderates to speak up. And Ed Markey, also known as Ed Malarkey, says this is all about billionaire tax breaks. Joining us now, Florida Senator Ashley Moody. Senator, welcome to the program. What are your constituents saying to you?
Yeah, I think all Americans want to see healthcare costs go down. They have exploded in the last decade. And, sometimes I think these politicians on the Democratic side, when they say these things, if they would listen to themselves, it's like a comedy show. I mean, they're the ones that came up with this program. They're the ones, only the Democrats. I don't know of a Republican here that voted for it. And then you have Jeffrey saying, we have a broken system. Yes, that's the system that you guys created and you voted for, and you took taxpayer money and you lit it on fire. And when Republicans figured that out and said, hey, maybe we should start putting this money into the hands of Americans so that there's a free market and we can drive those costs down, now they're saying that Republicans are going to break it further. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. Sometimes I wish they would have to go back and listen to the things that they say in public, because if there's anybody that is working on behalf of the American people to make things more affordable and drive down all costs, including healthcare costs, it's the Republicans in Congress and President Trump.
Really, the entire system needs to get ripped up. Not all of Obamacare, but in the short run, Senator, you have to deal with these supersized subsidies that have been in place since 2021. They were set to expire. And if they are allowed to expire, it's about $40 billion a year. People who are receiving these giant subsidies, and they are people who make well deep into the six figures, their costs will go up. And the Democrats expect the Republicans to pay for that next year if it happens in the midterms.
Yeah, they're set to expire, and I think it's always important to point this out, because the Democrats set it up so that they would expire after COVID. And so when we looked at these things as they were coming to an end, we discovered so much of this money was going to policies that people didn't even know they had, so much waste and fraud, it buried in that. And so the question is, and I keep trying to ask the Democrats, so what? You want us just to continue lighting taxpayer money on fire, giving money over to bad actors? We know a lot of this is fraud. Or wait, maybe we should pause and look at how to structure this and make sure those that are most vulnerable and need help, yes, we should address that. But we can't keep putting good money over bad and funding a program that has just been abused and is really making an industry rich and not helping the American people. And I think that's what President Trump is saying. He wants something that is going to return this to a fair market where people can choose, where it's driving down the costs. And I know there are people right now working on a strategy to address this, because it's important to everybody here in the Capitol, including me.
All right, Senator, let's move on to another topic series. Democrat lawmakers releasing a video today encouraging members of the military to resist the administration. Check this out.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
The Army,
Our Navy,
the Air Force,
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
Our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Well, that is a Navy phrase, if I've ever heard one. Have they ever heard of violating the chain of command and how dangerous that is, Senator?
Or obliterating our entire constitutional republic. I hope that every American that watched that video had the same reaction I did. It made me sick to my stomach that you had lawmakers advocating for government employees, government officials to work against the law. It is shocking to me as a former judge, as a former federal prosecutor, as a former attorney general. They have shown their hands. You know, they were hinting at it when they were encouraging people to attack our officers in the middle of cities, when they were, openly saying ignore President Trump's executive orders. I mean, they're showing their cards now. They want, and I believe this video is meant to signal to anybody that we would refer to in the deep state that will use that permanent government position to work against those that have been duly elected. That is a call to them. And I believe that is in direct contradiction to what our Constitution lays out and how our government is meant to work. And that should frighten everyone. It should frighten everyone. I cannot believe that they came out and made that video and didn't take a moment, a pause to understand the significance and seriousness of what they were saying.
I think they knew, Senator. They knew. Thank you so much, Senator Ashley Moody. Sadly, they do. Great to see you
guys.
Thank you so much.